You smell what the Rock is cooking.
WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
The Tower of Power, too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey, oh yeah.
And now, here's your host of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Really? Yeah!
Hello and welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon here with you. A ton of stuff to talk about in a rather eventful week in professional wrestling. WWE and their Payback pay-per-view this past Sunday. A rather eventful Raw, and there's a lot to talk about that, and a bunch of news and notes as well. But if I can get personal for a minute, just rushed in here into the studio. I'm a little bit winded, as if I was sprinting into like the Ultimate Warrior to the ring. But just want to talk for a second about a good cause that's going on this weekend. I just came from it over at Pennsbury High School, right down the road from us here, the American Cancer Society Relay for Life. It's going on now. It started a little over an hour ago, and it's running through 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's right, 24 hours, different teams walking laps around the track at Pennsbury High School. And I was fortunate enough to participate a little over an hour ago with my mom in the Survivor lap, as my mom is a cancer survivor and has been for the last year and a half. So it's a pretty pressing cause, at least personally. And I'd just like to throw those things out there. I mean, Wendy, our office manager here at WBCB, she does a great job with it, along with Fred Fletcher over at East Penn Automotive. You hear the commercials for him here all the time, and I know Fred's worked on my car way more often than I'd like, but that's what happens when you have an older car like mine. But let's get back into the wrestling here now that I've gotten a little personal stuff out of the way. Just I'd like to bring a little bit of positivity to the show, because not a whole lot of good news when we get to the news and notes. We'll talk a little bit about that. We've got some Facebook feedback to get into, and an eventful day, especially tonight. Let me get right into that before we even get into the Payback pay-per-view. Coming up tonight at the National Guard Armory, Northeast Philadelphia. So much going on there. Of course, the House of Hardcore show being run in part by RF Video, and they, along with George's Cards and Collectibles, sponsoring the Nature Boy Ric Flair. That's right. He is going to be in the house right here in Philadelphia tonight. He'll be there from 5 until 7 for autographs and photo opportunities prior to the 7:30 bell time for the House of Hardcore show. Of course, that is the second show produced or put together by Tommy Dreamer, former ECW competitor, and obviously the face of ECW. And the first one happened in New York, and it went rather well, and he's looking for continued success here in the Philadelphia area. And for more info as far as tickets, you can check out houseofhardcore.net. And I'm sure tickets are available at the door as well. The meet and greet, of course, starts at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Some of the matches on tap, the Steiner brothers are going to be in the house. That should be interesting against Eddie Kingston and Homicide. Also, you've got a tag team rematch from the last show, and this is one I'm interested in. I didn't get the chance to see the first one. I'm looking forward to this. The Young Bucks, you remember them briefly in TNA as Generation Me. They're taking on Brian Kendrick and Paul London. Also, MVP, he's going to be in the house. I know he's spent the last couple of years over in Japan, but they brought him across the pond for this one, a take on Sami Callihan. You've got Lance Storm against Tommy Dreamer. Terry Funk is going to be in Tommy Dreamer's corner, and Terry Funk will also be in that 5 to 7 range or 5 to 7 o'clock time frame for autographs and photos. And Too Cold Scorpio and John Morrison, they're going to be there, plus a whole bunch of other names. Carlito's going to be there, the Sandman, Little Guido, Danny Doring, and a whole bunch of other. Maria Kanellis, she is all the way live, as the Nature Boy would say, and that'll certainly be interesting as well. But check it out tonight. I will most certainly be there. Look for me in the black WBCB polo shirt. Come over, say hi. Should be a fun time, to say the least. And going back to George's Cards and Collectibles, I mean, they're bringing the Nature Boy Ric Flair here tonight from 5 until 7. They've got other stuff going on, too. A couple weeks from now, Saturday, July 6th, Phillies infielder as well as outfielder. They have been playing all over the place. He's been doing pretty good as of late. A couple of triples in a game not too long ago. Freddie Galvis, he'll be at Georgia's Oxford Valley Mall location from 11 a.m. until 12 noon. So go over, see him Saturday morning, and then turn on WBCB Pro Wrestling Weekly right at noon. It's a great combo. And then 3 weeks after that, what a birthday present for me. Saturday, July 27th, the day before my birthday, appearing at Georgia's Oxford Valley Mall location, the showstopper, the icon, the main event, the WWE Hall of Famer, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. That's right. We'll be just down the road from us at Oxford Valley Mall from 12 noon until 3 o'clock on Saturday, July 27th. For more information on these appearances, as well as ticket info and other items from Georgia's Cards and Collectibles, including their 2 locations, give them a call at 215-943-2475 or check them out online at georgiascollectibles.com. And I have a hunch George will be at the House of Hardcore show tonight, so maybe you can check him out in person. Who knows? Although I can't confirm whether or not he'd be there. It's purely an assumption on my part. So, George, if you're not going to be there, please let me know so I can stand corrected or sit corrected as I do here at the WBCB studios. Let's get to Payback. Yes, it was this past Sunday, and I have to admit, the kid was impressive. He got little Alex, who was in studio here last week. He got 5 out of the 8 matches right as far as his guesses. And, well, I guess in somewhat expert fashion, I did a little bit better. I got all but one of the matches right as far as my predictions. Let's go down the lineup. Sheamus in the opener beat Damian Sandow. We both got that one right. Curtis Axel is your new Intercontinental Champion, winning the title that his father, the late Kurt Mr. Perfect Hennig, also won on Father's Day. What a touching tribute even for a heel. And he beat Wade Barrett and The Miz to win that Intercontinental title. And that was one that I had a hunch was going to happen, but Alex, not so much. AJ Lee is your new Divas Champion as she beat Caitlyn by submission. We both got that one right. We both knew a title change was coming. Dean Ambrose beating Kane by countout to retain the U.S. title. Got that one right. Alex, again, not so much. Although, here's one that Alex got right that I didn't. Alberto Del Rio, your new World Heavyweight Champion, beating Dolph Ziggler and setting up a double turn that we thought was going to be happening in another match, but it looks like Alberto Del Rio, he's now not exactly a fan favorite. As Dolph Ziggler, he is the sympathetic babyface coming back from the concussion that he was out for legitimately for a good 5 weeks or so. And the question is, did he come back too soon, even though he was cleared to wrestle? And Del Rio taking advantage and is now your World Heavyweight Champion. CM Punk, in his return after a couple of months off, beating Chris Jericho, showing no ring rust whatsoever. I got that one right. Alex didn't. And the last 2 matches, both Alex and I got right. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns hanging on to the tag titles, beating Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton, Team RK No, as they were thrown together recently. And John Cena did beat Ryback in the 3 Stages of Hell match to retain the WWE Championship. So far, not so bad. I'm an average of 2 out of every 3 matches right. I'm 42-21 for the year after going 7-1 for the pay-per-view. Little Alex, he's doing all right, 16-11. It's over 500, better than the Phillies. Yeah, I know, that's not saying much these days. Even Nick Cataldi, the producer, had to smile and roll his eyes a little bit at that one. Anything I can do to get him involved. And Monday Night Raw this past week, whoa, man, that was... They had a lot going on, but probably the biggest story coming out of it, there was a series of tweets over the last week or so from Mark Henry, who was advertised to return this past Monday night, and the night before on the Payback, during the Payback pay-per-view, thinking the Beatles and Paperback Writer or something, I don't know. But the Payback pay-per-view, Mark Henry teasing retirement in a series of Twitter posts. He had said, whether you loved me or hated me in my career, I was always there for you. I appreciate you all, good or bad. I will live forever with you, the fans. I have spoken to my family and hope to talk to all of you fans tomorrow live from Grand Rapids. Guys, Father Time is undefeated. It's not exactly cryptic. That's certainly noting retirement talk, to say the least. And that led to a Henry appearance on Raw where he proceeded to announce his retirement, or so we thought.
Something I want to tell you.
I want to tell the boys and the girls in the back and all of y'all, I respect everybody that loves this business. I respect all the people that work for this company because I know how difficult it is. I was a seasoned veteran in 2002 when this man right here came in. And he's doing an awesome job. I figured if y'all forget me, you would at least remember this coat. Y'all gonna have me out here crying all night. But John, at the rate that you're gonna be the greatest WWE champion of all time. And if I had any regrets at all about my career, I've been world heavyweight champion. I've been ECW champion. I've been the strongest man in the world. I've had a lot of success. I mean, nothing like the success that John had, but I think I've done pretty good for myself. Which, thank you. Which leads me to the reason that I'm out here to formally retire from the active roster of the WWE. Thank y'all. One more match from one of the better crowds that I've been in front of in the last 5 years.
That's the only championship Mark Henry has won.
A small town, Silsbee, Texas boy done proud. Also, John, I'm gonna give this back because this is something you gotta earn. Thank you. I got a chance to travel the world twice, 3 times, quadruple times over. Don't cry for me, Argentina. I'm doing enough crying for everybody. But I stand before you a proud man. I'm on the road close to 200 nights a year to my beautiful wife, Jana. I think you'll see more of me than you want to. And to my son, Jacob, who's a fanatical wrestling fan. Some of y'all seen him on Twitter. And my little girl, Joanna, I'm not Mae Young, dummy. To my little girl, Joanna, who cries when I leave home. Baby, I'm coming home.
say. Disgusting.
That's what I do!
Biggest double cross I've ever seen. I bought it. You guys bought it. I think the WWE Universe bought it.
But, you know,
Cena certainly bought it.
I'm coming home.
to use his family, his kids, his wife as part of this. Imagine what they were thinking sitting at home watching this. I mean, look at John. Mark Henry have his moment, and then this.
Mark Henry with the world's strongest slam on John Cena, faking his retirement, and a tearful one at that. I mean, I even had half a tear well up in an eye. I bought into it, and you'd think I'd know better, but you know what? I kind of like being swerved every once in a while, just to kind of have that believability, just to kind of take away that snarkiness that I'm used to bringing. That I think I know what's going to happen. I love that unpredictability of it. I like buying into those particular things. So now, the Silsbee, Texas native just had his 42nd birthday a week and a half ago. It has been set for Money in the Bank in Philadelphia, Wells Fargo Center, July 14th. John Cena defending the WWE Championship against Mark Henry. One of many matches still to come, including a couple of Money in the Bank ladder matches. Plenty more to talk about with that. And all right, we'll make sure we'll make sure Ed gets his full time here. We'll get to him on the other side of a timeout, and then we'll get to him right after the timeout here. So we'll take a respite. We'll come back. We'll get to Ed, the showstopper. He's chiming in on the phones. We got room for you as well. 215-949-3232. We're toll free at 888-922-2149. Got some news and notes, including a future endeavoring, a little Comedy Central crossover, another WWE superstar under the knife, and a whole bunch more, including a wrestling wife swap story. Definitely got to tell you about that one. All that and more here on Pro Wrestling Weekly, here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.